Hello and welcome to ViewPoint. It's a new year, we have a new set, and a new president of the Machinists Union. Joining us today is the 14th International President of the IAM, Bob Martinez. Bob, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, it's good to be here.
Tell me, we've had a couple months on the job. Everyone wants to know. First of all, congratulations. I should start with that. But how's it going?
Well, thank you. It's very busy listening to the membership and the issues that confront us on a daily basis can be overwhelming at some point. But I'm enjoying myself, and I take the job very seriously.
Well, the first couple of times you spoke to the membership, I heard you use the words humbled and honored to take this position. It had to have been a bit overwhelming to kind of take the reins that first day.
Well, it certainly was. And I guess the days that followed, it made it even more humbling to know that I sat in the same seat as presidents like William Whippensinger, George Corpus, and Tom Buffenbarger. Very, very humbling.
Well, I know that you've been meeting with members lately, and you've been out in the field speaking with local members and districts and reps, and I keep hearing you use the words solidarity and moving forward. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I mean, certainly we need to start here at headquarters. You know, a couple of the words that I've used, and we can get into that later, but, you know, is to put the fight back in the fighting machinist, to unify our membership. You know, to me, unity is everything. The IAM is a family, and we should be together on everything. So what I want to do is unify our ranks, bring our membership together, and be focused and work together and move forward together as an organization.
So what can unify us? Like, for instance, pensions. I've heard you speak passionately about pensions. It's something that the members are so well educated on and speak passionately as well, because this is someone's livelihood. Is that an issue we can all kind of rally around?
A lot of these employers that we're dealing with today, they haven't been treating our members fairly, in my opinion. And I'm sick and tired of this business with these employers where they want to be your friend one day and the next day they want to rob our members' families blind at the bargaining table. I'm just sick and tired of dealing with employers like Boeing and Lockheed that want to take your defined benefit pension plan, and then they want us to work with them and help them with everything else. We know who our employers are that we work with that on a continuous basis that are good for our membership, that are fair at the bargaining table. But no longer are we going to be buddy and buddy up with these employers like Lockheed and Boeing that are trying to take our membership's benefits away from them. For example, we put out an initiative in the service contract arena and put employers on notice that we would do everything in our power to ensure that they did not get a service contract if they were not going to provide a defined benefit for our membership in the service contract arena. So we're going to be there at every turn to fight them on this issue. In addition to that, in the service contract arena, I don't want them. I don't want them as an employer. If they're not going to step up and do the right thing by their employees, then we don't need them in the service contract arena as far as I'm concerned.
And you've also said that companies that do wrong by us, that send jobs overseas, that have these long-term contracts with us, but then don't want to negotiate that pension, that defined benefit pension, you've said that we're no longer going to put up with that as well.
We're doing everything that we can, and we'll continue to do what we can to convince employers not to move work overseas. It's pretty difficult. It goes along with this issue about long-term contracts, collective bargaining agreements. I don't advocate any long-term agreements, not unless they have job security in the long-term agreement.
But wait, let me play devil's advocate. Why wouldn't you want a long-term agreement? On the top, that seems like a good idea, but you're saying that's not the way to go.
Well, to me, there's pros and cons, okay, with long-term agreements. One of the cons is that, to me, a membership gets lulled into a long-term agreement, they kind of lose their spunk. If they have an agreement that's up every 3 years, they know that every 3 years they're going to have the right to go back to the bargaining table to negotiate. A pro on a long-term agreement would be a job security provision in the contract that protects you long-term, that protects those jobs, keeping those jobs at that site.
Are these just necessary evils, necessary conversations / disputes we need to have?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. We have employers that we do business with well that know how to come to the table and treat their employees, our members. But we're not going to sit back anymore and take this crap, this business of no defined benefits. We're going to stand up and fight. In some cases, we have fought and we have taken a loss. But I can guarantee you one thing. At every table where an employer is trying to do no good to their employees, our members, the IAM will stand up and fight at every bargaining table.
So at the end of the day, it's about the members and the members' families, bottom line.
Bottom line, it's about the membership. It should be, and it is. Going forward, that's paramount. That's out front. We have to change our strategy in the way we look at organizing. In my opinion, it must become a culture. And what I mean when I say that is that every business representative, every officer, every Grand Lodge representative, anybody that works for this organization, when they walk out the door every day, they need to be thinking organizing. When they look at somebody or an employer, they need to think about organizing that unit. Is that a potential target for our organization to approach the working men and women of that employer? And I think more than not, it is. So all of our people must be thinking, organizing 24/7, every week, every day, 24/7.
So it wasn't that we were doing it incorrectly. We just need to be putting it as a higher priority. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's got to be. It's got to be the top priority for our organization, because if we don't grow, we encounter many different problems. Typically that has to do with income and expenses for our organization. For example, one of my priorities is to cut costs at headquarters. We must shrink the costs at headquarters, and with the savings from those cuts at headquarters, we can utilize that money, those resources, for more programs out into the field for our membership. And that's what we should be doing. Look at every place that we can cut costs and utilize that money for membership programs to enhance our membership, to grow our membership.
We have a convention, we're in a convention year. We have a convention coming up. Are these going to be the issues, the topics we're going to be talking about there?
I think the membership has their own ideas, local to local, about things that we should change in the Constitution. I'm looking forward at it. I know the Executive Council of our union has made some decisions on some items that we're going to submit to the delegates to see if we can get the Constitution changed.
Are you excited about the convention?
I am.
Why is that?
Well, it's an opportunity to put all of our leaders, delegates, together in a room at the same time to change a document that needs to be changed every 4 years.
So you're not afraid of change. I've heard the word change come out of your mouth quite often in this interview, and I think a lot of people would find that refreshing.
Well, we must change. We can't stay the same because if we do, we lax and we don't move forward with the times. I think that we've got to do that on behalf of our membership.
Tell me what your number one priority is going to be during your term. What would you want your legacy to look like? I know it's hard to look forward that far in the future, but what is that one thing that's just going to keep you going?
That I worked with my colleagues on the Executive Council and the leaders of this union to grow this organization. We must grow this organization. We've been here for 127 plus years. We're going to be here for another 127. If we're going to do that, we must grow. Everything good comes with growth of our organization. Everything.
And that's it.
That's it.
Thank you so much for coming by ViewPoint. We hope you stop by periodically throughout the year. Let us know how things are going.
It was good to be here with you, Deidre, and I look forward to coming back. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. That's it for this edition of ViewPoint. We'll see you next time.